Welcome back to learning Revit structure. In this lesson, we'll have a brief overview of structural reinforcement. Structural reinforcement inside of Revit could be something like rebar, and that rebar could be placed within a wall, a footing, a column, or even a pier. The reinforcement is generally supplemental to whatever item that hosts it, such as the wall or the column. There's also a variety of different settings inside of Revit that allow you to control the reinforcement coverage within the actual model, and that can range from anything within the individual object's element properties to some global Revit structure setting. Now, there's a variety of tools as well to allow you to apply these different type of structural elements. You can also use predefined elements such as rebar, or you can reshape the rebar and create your own families and types. Now, looking at the model on our screen, in the lower right, at the ceiling or the first level, we can actually see we have rebar placed within one of our floors. If you mouse over that, you'll actually see the tooltip say this is structural rebar. If you click on the structural rebar, you'll see on the left in the property area the properties for this rebar. Anything from the construction elements to the rebar set to the graphics to the actual dimensional data for this piece of rebar. The drop-down in the top will show us our different types of rebar that we can select from. Clicking Edit Type will show us the actual type properties, including the dimensional data. Click OK on the type. You also have a drop-down on the options bar for your different types of rebar that we could use within this project. To deselect, simply click in the background. So as a review, in this lesson, we talked briefly on structural reinforcement. We talked about what is structural reinforcement and how it basically is controlled or supplemental in the item that hosts it, such as a column, a floor, a wall, or a pier. We looked at the different properties of rebar, for example, seeing that we can use some of the stock items within the families and types that are existing in Revit, or we could create our own by duplication. We also have several tools that we're going to get into as far as placing our rebar and controlling it through settings.